What is it? It's a Telecaster. Nice starburst style. But what is it? What is that logo? Is that a guitar? Or is it a W with a dot above it? I think it's a guitar. Now, I've done one like this before, and I think I found out what make it was, but I can't figure it out. So it's up to you guys and the one girl that watches to let me know, because I haven't got a clue what that is. I think it might be something to do with a German company, but I don't know. Right, it's a Telecaster copy with a missing knob, and I just happen to have a spare knob, so I'm going to put that on. It's too loose that way, so it's going to need a little bit of glue on it to keep it on. I'll put that on later. Actually, I'll take it off because it'll fall off if I don't. I'm going to check the neck. I should write on it Fender, shouldn't I, and Gibson. So that, what's the chances I get it wrong? I got it wrong. Right, okay, what do we got in the way of? That neck is perfect. There's not a sausage you could get, not even a fly's penis could you get between that. God, that expression. No noise. Right. No, that's nothing wrong with that. Send that back home. Something not right there. Something not right. Tone's working. That sounds exactly the same as the front. Oh, now it's different. That sounds exactly the same as the front, but it should be a mixture of the back, which, have a listen to the back. Something doesn't feel right in there. So I'm going to take that off and have a look inside there. But the middle position should be a mixture of both pickups. So let me just make 100% sure here. No, nothing from the back pickup. There's a little bit of the front. Right, so we've got some sort of electrical thing going on in there. I'll have a look at that. And now, right, I would take the plug out. Notice I didn't say, although I did say to the owners that this shouldn't be a big problem. But we'll see what we got in there. Let's have a look at the back. Back looks pretty good. Don't forget, you guys, I want you to tell me what the make is, because I couldn't find it anywhere. Alright, I found out the other day that this thing's not going into focus. Get into focus. Right, okay, well, okay, I can't play with that all day long. So the string's coming off in my inimitable fashion. Yes, strings are coming off. I love cutting off strings. Oh, sorry, Georgie girl, you wanted to make your entrance, didn't you? Because you saw strings coming, didn't you? These are 10s. 9s are going on it, because 9s are all I have. Georgie girl, entertain people there while I'm taking these strings off. The tuners just need a little bit of a tweak. I think they're one or two just slightly loose. Right, mate, don't you scratch me now. Right, this all has to go in the bin, because even though you can play with it a bit, I don't like it because it could poke you in the eye. So Georgie girl, you know, it's all going in the bin. And it's going wrapped up, because then you can't play with it, right? Okay? It's wrapped up. You can't play with it. It's going down the side of the bin. And the bin's coming beside me. Right, okay. Now let's just check the rocker on it to see what it's like for fret leveling. And these ones up here, I'm not even going to touch those ones up there, because then you don't play up there. You can't get your fingers caught up there. You know what I mean? You can't get. So I'm not going to worry about them. They're not that bad, but I'm not going to touch it because it's nice and clean. Electrics got to be the first thing I look at to see what that problem is. See if it's a big problem or a little problem. Right, okay. Why did they leave the plastics on the switches beneath? Is there a reason? See the plastic? Is there a reason why they did that? And the plastic there? Well, we'll soon find out, because I'm going to take that plastic off. Because that's not supposed to be insulated from it, because it's all earth. Although I don't think this is what the problem is with it. I don't think it's the insulation that is causing the... Although stranger things have happened. Yep, that one's working. Right, okay. Just need a bit more volume. She's now in the letter tray, you can hear her. Right, so that's something loose here. So what I'm just going to have to do, I think it's just... I hate that, because I'd rather have a constant fault than a temporary fault. So okay, well, I'm going to get my soldering stuff and I'm going to give that a little extra solder. I want it to go faulty though, so I can fit. Ah, right. Look, if I pull it, so it's definitely that, and it's definitely there. There's something there. Okay, I'll switch off, get my soldering iron, come back. Okay, what I'm going to do is cut it. I'm going to keep the electric on. Right, okay, well, let me just bring that wire out. Not much room. Not much room in here for the mushrooms. Right, okay. I'm sure there's a million people saying, "Don't be doing that while it's on." But I want to hear it. And anyway, think how much viral it would go if I electrocuted myself while doing this, hey? Think how many hits I'd get from beyond the grave. All right, I think that should. Let me just make sure I don't pull the wrong plug. Let me just make sure I don't step on my glasses. Let me just make sure it's working now fine. Yeah, right, okay. Right, that was pretty straightforward, so I'm going to just put it back together now. That's fine. And I'll press the button and I'll come back to you when I've tidied up. Going to give it a quick shine. 1000 first of all, and then 1500. And then my favorite job's next. My favorite job. This is a fairly straightforward setup. If it hadn't been for the wiring issue that had been done and dusted and gone. Look how much I'm chancing disaster here. See what I'm doing? But there's just a little scuff mark there. I'm going to try to take that off. I was cleaning away there and you couldn't see nothing, could you? Let me just try to take that little scuff mark off. And I'll just stand there and look pretty. Right, okay. Okay, time for stringing. No, what I keep saying that for, like as I'm trying to get away from my duty. This is my duty. This is compulsory for me to do this. Let me just use my fingers. And up at the top, beyond the nut. Right, and then this is the way that you get the most into it with your fingers. And then you do the little up the sides to get the edge of the fretboard damp. And I'm going to let that sit for a little while. Look how beautiful that is. I love the wood with the... God. Fussy machine, fussy machine. Right, okay. Nice, isn't it? Most of that sort of gloss will come off, but it shows you the nice wood beneath it. I've got a bar of chocolate there that I have to... Listen, can you hear it? Can you... Austin, eat me, eat me. Right, I gotta go. That bar of chocolate's calling me. Oh. Can't get nothing done. I'm trying to do two things at once. Shouldn't do that. And get it tuned up. Check the string heights. Uh-oh, don't like that. We've got another problem. And my alarm's gone off. Bloody hell. What did I tell you about saying the guitars can't hear you? I said this would be an easy job, didn't I? Didn't I? Didn't I? I tempted fate, didn't I? Didn't I? Didn't I? Let's just see. There's something wrong with that switch. It's clicking and moving, and it's not doing anything. It's actually not doing anything now. It's moving right round in circles. So why is it moving right round in circles? Because it's busted. Because it's broken. No, it's just turning in circles. Right, okay. So we've got to replace that switch. Okay, I'll go get a switch. Fortunately, I have a sacrificial board with a switch on it. So I'm going to take that off and just replace that. And I'll come back to you when it's all done. There's nothing to see. Okay, just going to switch switches. Switch switches. Okay, I think that's... Oh, switch it on. That's better. Yep, all working now. Okay, so we can now get on with setting the strings and intonating. But let me tidy up again, because as you can, well, maybe as you can't see, it's got all messy again. So I'll tidy up and come back to you. Maybe it's just me, but I want to see what was wrong with the switch. Maybe I'm weird that way, but let me take it apart and just have a nosy what was wrong with it. It shouldn't take 2 seconds. I think everybody likes to do this to find out what. I'm not going to use it again because these things just are little cheap switches, but I want to find out why it's turning and turning and turning. The world goes on. Yeah, well, les bicyclettes de Versailles. Oh, look. It had just come out of its slot. And right, all that is a rough edge. The very little end of it is a rough edge which has been forced into the, and it would come out. Maybe whenever I pulled the knob out, it was a bit stiff, and it's pulled it out of the plastic. Well, that's not a great fix. That's not a great job anyway, is it? Because if you can see, it's just plastic in there. Come on. And all that was done is forced into it, so that's not going to be. That's not going to be what you call the, see the little rough edges. And let me just have a look and yeah, we've seen what the problem is now. So let's just look inside the switch. Look, that's all the switch is. It's a potentiometer, really. So really, that's all it was. Just it wouldn't. I can't force it back in again. Must be good nylon. But anyway, I've got a bolt and a thing, and I'm going to throw those away. Right, back again. Okay, we're back where we started a few minutes ago. By the way, if you've seen that on my desk, it's not what you think it is. Although I wonder, maybe it is what I think it is. Maybe it is some ganja in there. Let's just see now. We're gonna get this in tune now. Why is that not turning? Oh, interesting. Alright, okay, interesting. Ah, right. Right, okay. Did I say that this is going to be an easy one? The string broke. But the string broke for a reason, because I don't think that tuner was working. I think the tuner, yeah, the tuner's turning, but nothing's happening. Another problem. Right, okay. So switch that off. Don't ever say that again, Austin. All right, but it makes it interesting, doesn't it? Right, okay. It's this one here is the problem. So let's just take it off and have a look and see what the problem is. Because it's turning and turning and turning and nothing's happening. Right, okay. And does it have any screws in the back? Let's just see. Yeah, turn it round and see what the back tells us. One screw. One little measly screw. And we'll see what's inside it. Oh, it's one of those sealed units. But, you know, to get into these sealed units, the problem is you've got to prise off that thing and you scratch it. I don't like that. I don't like that. But let's just see what we got first of all before we cry. Right, okay. Yeah. Do I have a spare one of these? Let me go and look for a spare one. Let's just say I have so many little spares, but are they identical or are they not? You wouldn't notice the difference, would you? You wouldn't notice the difference to that. That's actually a better one, but as long as it fits, that's all that matters, isn't it? 30 or 40 spare E strings because they go all the time, but it's getting them out without causing pandemonium with my little girl. You have to undo the whole lot and then wind them all up again, because my little girl would go crazy if she saw this. She's on, oh look at her. Can you see her? Let me just push you up. She's on the settee looking at this thing. Look at her eyes. She sees it. Just go back to sleep. Go back to sleep, because this is going to just be 2 seconds and then it's going to go back again. Right? There. Go back to sleep. Go back to sleep. Look, it's away. It's going in this plastic bag. And it's like, oh, don't come over here. They're saying come over here, and I'm saying don't come over here. Them people on them telling you to come over here, don't you come over here, you stay there. Right, okay, back to fixing the guitar. Right, okay. Right, pause. Right, we're back again, and we got a new string, and we got a new, oh, but you know what I did? Oh, yes, where is it? I forgot to put the washer on it. That's perfect. Let's feel. Right, action needs to be brought down a bit, because it's not great. Yeah, just needs to be brought down a little bit across the way. Shall I video that? No, it's just action, bringing down the levels, bringing down the curvature of the strings is not great either. So let me do that little bit of adjustment, bring down that head a bit and bring down the strings, and then we'll give it a final play. Okay, this one's going home to Daddy. I still want you to tell me what make of this is, because I don't understand the make of it. But it's all looking nice and shiny now, and it's had a few things done to it, as you see. It's playing nicely. Let's just have a listen. I'm standing up. I can't play it very well standing. Nice harsh sound. But yeah. Ever since I was a young boy, I played the silver ball. From Joe down to Brighton, I must play them all. God, that's too high. How does he do that? I know he's a fish farmer now, but there you go. It's all playing well. Okay, say bye-bye. Bye-bye. I need to lie down after trying that. Okay, bye.